The Sinclair Band, plus the front-wheel drive figure eight and the rear-wheel drive demo derby. Saturday is Kids Day with the 5K Spud Run, sponsored by the Frankenmuth Credit Union. Magician Cameron Zavara at noon, bicycle drawing, and more. Music in the entertainment tent features the ABS Band, Euclid Motel, and the Family Tradition Band. Saturday also features the front and rear-wheel drive figure eight and four-man front-wheel drive team derby. Returning this year is the Cornhole Tournament. Saturday at 2, it's the granddaddy of them all, the Munger Potato Festival. Details at mungerpotatofest.com.
WSGW News Time 9:08. The weather forecast is next. Washtenaw County is the latest county in Michigan to have mosquitoes test positive for West Nile virus. The county health department says mosquitoes collected in the last week tested positive for both West Nile and Jamestown Canyon virus. No human cases of either virus have been reported, but officials are encouraging residents to avoid mosquito bites. University of Michigan researchers may have found a way to prevent auto thefts. Here's more from Michigan's News Network's Jackie Page.
Researchers from U of M call it the battery sleuth, and they say it could be a game changer in preventing auto theft. The device is plugged into what used to be known as a cigarette lighter, now the auxiliary power outlet, and becomes connected to the vehicle's electrical system and the battery. The driver uses the device by entering a code on a keypad or a fingerprint, which allows the device to send a signal to start the car. If the code isn't entered, the car won't start. Researchers at U of M say their prototype battery sleuth is 99.9% effective in preventing auto theft. The team aims to have a commercially viable prototype that can be scaled up to commercial production in about 3 years. Jackie Page, the Michigan News Network.
2 people were arrested in Battle Creek in connection with a stabbing last Thursday. Police found a 33-year-old bleeding from stab wounds at another home. He's told police he was at one home buying drugs and got into an argument with a man. That man and a woman stabbed him. The couple have been arrested. The stabbing victim has been hospitalized and is currently in stable condition. WSGW News Time 9:10. I'm Mike Percha. Here's WNEM First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro.
Your Monday sees a high of 84 degrees. We'll see some spotty afternoon showers, a couple of isolated thunderstorms too. We do expect these to come to an end, though, by sundown. Into tonight, a low of 61 degrees, partly to mostly clear. Then on Tuesday, a high of 87, partly to mostly sunny. There's already a very small chance that we could see a spotty shower, but that chance for Tuesday, it's even lower than it is for our Monday. As we go into your Wednesday, another chance of some afternoon showers and thunderstorms, just a spotty chance, but temperatures going up even more. 90 on Wednesday, with the humidity also starting to go up too. Second half of this week expected to be very humid, so stay cool and stay hydrated. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matthew Mondro.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, the Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Yes, indeed. Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw. And later on this week on Wednesday, we'll talk to Mike Stoddard from Westside Decorating on Focus. Also, I want to remind you the temperature. I forgot to do that. 67 at MBS International Airport, 69 here at WSGW. Later on this morning, we're going to learn about the Bridge Food Center from Marcia Stamus at 10 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock, the MSU Alumni Association is going to be here to talk about fundraisers to raise some scholarship money. But you may know that over the next several weeks and for the past couple of weeks, we've been saluting the auto industry, which, of course, is a major part of our economy. And we have been saluting various auto dealers. And this week is no different. This week we are saluting Cook Chevrolet. And I love their line at the top of the hill in Vassar. With us this morning from the sales department to talk about the history of the company and the auto industry, we say good morning to Mike Blossom. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate it. How old is Cook Chevrolet?
Cook Chevrolet's been around since 91. We were at the top of the hill in Vassar. I started off at the bottom and had a.
Oh, you moved up the hill, huh?
Moved up, right? So yes, we've been in the Vassar for quite a while.
Wow. All right, we're going to take a quick break, come back. When we come back, we're going to talk a lot about Cook and the auto industry.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See, we didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Offices in Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Grand Rapids. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys online at CordellCordell.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
This is a test. WSGW is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. WSGW serves Saginaw, Bay, and Midland counties, along with the surrounding area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system on WSGW.
The pandemic has taken a toll. Michigan's Stay Well program offers tools to support your mental wellness.
I'm strong with community by my side.
I'm on my way to feeling okay again.
With free Stay Well discussion groups, webinars, a counseling hotline, and more, you can be
confident. There's hope for tomorrow.
Get free emotional support at michigan.gov/staywell. Sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of tiny little germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dan, a verified Navage user who writes, I've had trouble with my sinuses for decades. I always thought something like this was a gimmick, but one use and I'm hooked. I should have bought this a long time ago. The results are immediate and incredible. unquote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
It's Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, and we are celebrating the auto industry, talking to Mike Blossom in sales at Cook Chevrolet in Vassar. So, Mike, before we talk about Cook a little bit more, but the Blossom name has been involved with the auto industry for quite some time, hasn't it? What's the family history?
My dad was in the auto industry for forever. So I've grown up around cars. I've grown up in sales. At a young age, was Saturday mornings washing cars at different dealerships that he worked for. And so I've been in it for a long time, and I do enjoy it.
So let me ask you from the standpoint of historical reference, how long have you been in sales?
I've been in sales for 35 years or so.
Okay. So from the time Mike Blossom enters a showroom to sell to today, how has the industry changed?
Man, it has changed a lot. I was talking with somebody the other day, and I remember when we started out, or when I started out, just take Cooks as an example. When I started out there was one computer on the show floor that you would kind of, maybe put an order in with. Everything was in a folder for trying to find what vehicles we had on the lot, and then now, today we can't do anything without the computer. Everything is there.
Has the way a car is sold changed? By that I mean 30 years ago, if I went into a dealer, I went in primed to negotiate. I went in primed to see what I could do, and get my trade in higher, my price lower, whatever. Today, it seems like it's almost there. Here's the price. It's in the computer. This is it. This is what we do. Is it that way?
Yes, it is. We have we have a high influx of GM employees. Our area is the auto industry.
Right.
From small shops to the end sales. So we have a lot of GM discount.
And that's pretty much price fixed, isn't it? That's it. What it is what it is.
Yeah, again, negotiation may have something on your trade, but pretty much it's set. The internet. We all know what that is, and you can find every answer you want on it. So that does help to help or hinder, however you look at it. But the pricing is there.
So the customer walks in to Cook, sits down at your desk. Do they often come in with as much knowledge as you have on the product?
Sometimes more. We a lot of times they'll come in because they've been looking for a specific vehicle. So they'll know a lot of the option packages, how they fit, what you can and can't get. With all the different vehicles that we have, from cars, SUVs, sports, all of those different vehicles, I've got to have just enough knowledge to be dangerous. But most of the time, they've come in and have all the information. So sometimes I learn from the customer, which is great because I appreciate that.
So in the old days, you walked in and said, "I want to buy a Chevy." Now they walk in and say, "I want to buy a Chevy Model XXX with 302 package and 405 package." And
I know how much it's going to be. I know you have one out there in the color I want. They've done the research, which is good.
And if I walk in and give you all that information, but you don't have the color I want, can you find it in dealer trades?
That is starting to open up a lot more now.
Yeah, for a while, you guys weren't trading anything because you didn't have them, right?
If you want black and I got red, you're probably going to yeah, that is opening up a little bit more. We have we have a really good inventory. Trucks and SUVs, we have a lot of stuff coming in. So a lot of our sales right now are, for lack of a better term, a future sale. We've got vehicles that are tagged for people that are waiting to be shipped to us or come in.
And that certainly was the case during the pandemic and the infamous chip shortage. Almost everything that came off the truck was sold already, wasn't it?
Correct. Yeah, you kind of come in and go, oh, that's so-and-so's. It's kind of fun. You don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, the only good news for the dealers was you didn't have any floor plan because you didn't have any cars.
They'd be out there by the afternoon if they came in the morning.
Which pointed out the importance of the used car market. I mean, that was where the money was during the pandemic, wasn't it? And still is in a way, isn't it?
Because if you don't have a vehicle and you want to buy one, you're going to buy one. Most of the time, if you get your mind committed to doing that, and if you can't get brand new, you're gonna find the next closest thing that still fits what you want. And so we do offer a great selection of used. Most of our stuff is our local customers' vehicles, which is always a good selling point because more than likely, one of us in the dealership knows the history of it.
Sold it in the first place, right? So if I walk in and buy a late model pre-owned vehicle, do I have a better chance of negotiating with you than I do with a new car? They're more of a headway?
Not really. Again, back to the internet. All of our stuff is advertised online on our website, and so if we have to price it accordingly. And there's multiple ways of gauging the market right now. So we do that when we take a vehicle in on trade. All right, we're got X amount of dollars. It's going to be to get it on the lot and cleaned up and ready to go. We have to calculate that in. So really, I mean, if you mark it up a bunch, I'm not even going to be in the realm of reality. So it does tighten up that margin a little bit. So a lot of times there isn't a whole lot of the old fun negotiation, which I was.
Yeah, well, it was in a way, or frustrating one way or another. In the realm of value, though, most people that come in with a trade-in probably have an excessive amount in their mind as to what their car's worth, don't they?
I use the phrase quite often that it's very rare that I've had anybody tell me that you've given me too much for my trade-in. That actually happened twice. But yes, but again, the gauging of things online, you can go on there and figure out the value and gauge the value, and we are.
So just so out of curiosity, if you go online and you go to, let's say, KBB, Kelley Blue Book, right? And you put your vehicle in, you list all the accessories and everything else, and you ask for trade-in value, which could be the lowest of the numbers. How close is that number going to be to what you're going to offer in the long run?
It's usually fairly close. Kelley Blue Book or a lot of those.
Any of them.
We'll take a gauge of area. So I don't know how far they reach, but a lot of times that can fluctuate. Again, us being a higher employee discount area, the pricing in our area as opposed to maybe further south or whatever can fluctuate a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if you get a lot of rebates on a brand new vehicle, I can't put the same amount in used one. But it is great. It's a guide, just like anything. We have some people that they'll get more than KBB for their trade-in. Some people it's a little bit less.
And the prices have kind of come back to reality, haven't they? For a while, they were pretty high on trade.
They were. They're starting to. And just like all of us, you when you come into trade, you want that higher amount.
Well, of course.
But when reality sets in, and you go, okay, I'm getting a deal on the new one because they are starting to have some rebates and incentives on those. So again, that kind of trades off.
And let's talk about the financing side of it, because obviously with interest rates that have gone up, it's put kind of a crimp in the new car business, has it? And the used, I guess.
It has a little bit, but it's a reality of a lot of things. I mean, which can and some of the stuff is coming back down again. But you know, a little while ago, when you go and buy eggs for $3 a dozen, you know,
Yeah.
you're paying more, and so a lot of places are trying to be competitive, but it is interesting to see that.
So, in terms of the automobile today at Cook, the automobile today is not your grandfather's car, is it? It's a computer on wheels, or multiple computers on wheels with 1,800 chips. You know, everything is chip driven.
It is amazing to think of that, and even just a 5-year time span. You know, we've had a late 22 did a remodel of the Silverado pickup truck, and you start that up, and the screen comes up with a big old Chevrolet bow tie, and the whole dash is lit up, and you speed projects on the screen, and you put your phone in there and have maps that are bigger than a tablet. So it is a big change, and part of what we do as a salesperson anymore is not just, hey, here's your keys, have a great day.
No, here's how to turn it on.
here's another 45 minutes or an hour of time when you pick your vehicle up that we're going to go over that, make sure that it works for you, make sure your phone's paired and all of your stuff is set up the way that you want, and then you can follow up, a week or so afterwards and say, all right, is it still going okay? Can you still hear the radio? All
Yeah.
that stuff.
We're talking with Mike Blossom. He's in sales at Cook Chevrolet at the top of the hill in Vassar as we celebrate Cook this week, as we celebrate the automobile and the automobile industry in our area. Are all the vehicles arriving now with all of their chips?
Pretty much now. Some of the packages that, depending on the different vehicles, they've removed some content from previous models. Like as an example, some of the backup sensors or some of that kind of stuff. You'll still have the cameras, you still have the collision alert, you have all of that stuff. But most of it is we're still finishing up some of that, the installations of the chip shortage issue, which is interesting that it's taken this long to dig out of that. But we're doing
Just out of curiosity, and maybe you don't know, at the beginning of the pandemic, of course, and then during the pandemic, when they manufactured, let's say, pickups, and they weren't with chips, so they had to park them. And a lot of those vehicles parked for a long time. Did they come onto the market as discounted vehicles, or were they scrapped, or what happened to them?
I don't really know all about that. I know we had vehicles that numerous vehicles that we were waiting on delivery for different things. I mean, as silly as there was a backlog in the resin to make the seat foam. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, literally a bucket to sit on to get it off the car. So a lot of that stuff that was interesting, and GM came through and put the stuff together. It was a lot of that was delayed. One of our sister dealerships was saying the other day they've got a delivery of vehicles, and they had a 22 model, a 23 model, and a 24 model on the same delivery. So again, we're not totally out of it yet, but as things go.
Well, just out of curiosity, the 22 to 24 range, that's 3 different model years. Can I assume, and I know that's a bad word, but can I assume that you're not paying MSRP for that 22? Yeah. But it's brand new still. You're driving it off the lot, so does that allow you, because it's brand new, can you still lease that vehicle?
In some cases you can, but in some cases it's better to go with the newer model based on the rebates, residuals, the value. Because as you know, if I bought a 22 today and a 23 today, the 23 in 2 years, 3 years down the road is going to be worth more than the 22. So sometimes that is an advantage to have the newer model. And sometimes it's just based on content of the vehicle. Sometimes the lease is better on a vehicle that's got more equipment than one with less equipment. So it is.
At one time, a number of years ago, leasing was very, very attractive because you got a lot of vehicle for little money at the time. But you also wondered how they could survive that, because it looked like, on paper anyway, it looked like the auto companies were giving it away, and they don't give anything away. But leasing has changed, hasn't it? It's not quite as lucrative or as attractive as it used to be.
Yes, if you're looking strictly payment-wise, it is not. We've had leases more recently, even of inexpensive for what you're getting, and again, with interest rates going up and all of that stuff, and the changes, we're seeing that that stretch on payments, and that's a it's a tough conversation to have when a customer comes in.
Yeah, well, no, it's reality, though, isn't it?
It is reality, but it goes back to even the shortage a little bit of vehicles with supply and demand. If we don't have the vehicles, manufacturer doesn't have to throw money at it. So,
yeah, it's true. We're talking to Mike Blossom. He's in sales at Cook Chevrolet at the top of the hill at Vassar, talking about the auto industry. It's a salute to the auto industry this month. We're going to take a break, be back with Mike and more here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW.
Hey everyone, Eric Crane here with Crane's L&M Appliance Center. Summer is here and the deals are hot here at Crane's L&M. Don't let that old appliance die on you when you need it the most. New, scratch and dent, and refurbished, we got them. Plus, get great rebates on GE, LG appliances, Frigidaire, and Samsung. And special no-interest financing is available. Get professional delivery and installation with service after the sale. See us today in Saginaw at 3260 Bay Road or in Caro at 1556 West Caro Road. See our hot summer savings now at Crane's L&M Appliance Center, where we want to earn your business.
I'm going to take a moment to talk about McDonald Ford M47 in Freeland, as we also salute automobiles this month. And I've known the family for years. One of the first persons I met when I came to Saginaw was Tom McDonald Sr. And the late Tom McDonald Sr., his son Tom Jr., and his son Tom III run the McDonald Ford dealership in Freeland. They want you to know not only are they selling Fords, of course, they are now buying cars. You can sell your vehicle, and it's easy to begin the process. I want you to email joe@mcdonaldford.com, joe@mcdonaldford.com. He's going to tell you how to go about presenting your car to him. It'll be photos. You can do it online. He'll tell you what he needs. After he gets it all, you will receive an offer, and then you decide. And payment is on the spot. It includes all paperwork. It includes a lien release. So don't wait. Here is your opportunity to put cash in your pocket today. Tell your friends and family, too. Get a hold of joe@mcdonaldford.com. joe@mcdonaldford.com. McDonald Ford, 6790 Midland Road in Freeland, devoted to helping and serving you.
Tired of driving all over town just to find your favorite bottle of beer, wine, or liquor? Then look no further than Ideal Party Store in Bay City. Ideal Party Store has been making you the life of the party since 1934 with over 1,000 varieties of beer, hard to find spirits, and that perfect bottle of wine for any occasion. With locations on Johnson Street and Salzburg Avenue, both locations are equipped with supplies for any occasion. Put an end to your search and visit us at Ideal Party Store in Bay City on Johnson Street and Salzburg Avenue.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
American Airlines shares are losing ground. The union representing American pilots has indefinitely postponed the ratification vote for a tentative labor contract agreement. The postponement comes after the company raised the value of its contract offer to pilots by more than $1 billion. American says the sweetened offer will match the pay rates and retroactive pay in United Airlines' tentative agreement. Cinemark shares are higher after the strong openings for both the Barbie and Oppenheimer movies. Domino's Pizza's U.S. sales only nudged higher in the recent quarter, though its earnings were better than forecast. Domino's is expecting to see business pick up as it takes orders on Uber Eats later this year. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks.
they had good steak. When regional banks close or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
WORK Work News Radio. Next up, how many days until Friday? Well, one coworker has it figured out. But first, the latest on a meatball shortage that could have been avoided by using Easy Cater.
I'm at the buffet where the meatballs are dwindling. While Caprese salad supplies remain strong, sources say the garlic bread is long gone.
Newsflash, it's hard to order the right amount of food, but at Easy Cater, we make hard easy. With catering experts ready to help 24/7. Order from over 100,000 restaurants at easycater.com.
The WSGW Morning Team.
The WSGW online poll for you: high occupancy lanes for Michigan. Recently, the State House passed legislation that would allow the Michigan Department of Transportation to designate high occupancy lanes. Still has to go to the Senate. This would apply only to new construction, such as the I-75 rebuild in Oakland County. In order to qualify for federal funding, high occupancy lanes must be part of the project, or the project could lose $40 million in federal funds. Current laws bar these types of lanes. So the poll question: should new road construction in Michigan be able to have high occupancy lanes? Would you say yes, because it's an overall good idea? Yes, because we don't want to lose federal funding? Would you say no, because you don't want to do it just for the money? Or no, because it's just an overall bad idea? Or you're not sure? Make your vote. You head to WSGW.com, you scroll down the homepage, and find the poll box.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
Hi, we're back with you here on WSGW, and we are chatting with Mike Blossom. Mike is a salesman at Cook Chevrolet, top of the hill in Vassar, and I have to laugh about the top of the hill in Vassar, because when they first started out, they were at the bottom of the hill in Vassar, weren't they? So they've moved up in the world, right? Let's just give us an overview of Cook Chevrolet, because it's one of several dealerships owned, right? Steve Cook, Greg, yeah.
Actually at the bottom of the hill, and so moved to the top. It's been interesting because we started out as the Cook GM Superstore.
That's what I remember.
So we had Buick, Oldsmobile, Pontiac, Chevrolet, pretty much all of
The GM line almost.
Yeah, and I've been there through all of those changes, and it's interesting now. We have just Chevrolet left as the
And we should point out some of that had to do with General Motors' desire to consolidate dealerships and move marks into certain pairs and things of that nature, right?
Yes, some of that was. Obviously Pontiac and Oldsmobile are
They just went away, yeah.
They're just gone. But that is what we have, and the Buick part is they've got a push to go all electric. And so you try to figure out the infrastructure with that, and find that it is or isn't a viable option. And there's quite a few dealerships around us that don't have Buick anymore for that.
So what's the demand on electrics?
It's I guess I would say mixed at this point. There are people that want them. We don't have the flow of inventory like I think we should have with the push that the company's doing. So that's an adjustment that we're trying to get through. And you've got people that have we got several orders for electric vehicles, but they're just not building fast.
And it should be pointed out from a dealer standpoint, this push costs the dealers a lot of money. For tooling, for charging stations, for franchise rights, and all that stuff.
And just for Chevrolet, we just had to put in a full charging station for that, which was a couple months, probably longer than that by the time you plot where you're putting it, and you get with the electrical companies, and they change the your service, and we've got just a major amount of cost in doing that. So that's where you have to value what is the advantage of doing that at this point. And so just getting used to that. It looks like we have a gas pump out back now, but it's just so, you see that difference changing, and that's the face I think that we're going to see changing over the next 5 to 10 years in the industry with the infrastructure.
Do you see the prices coming down, normalizing in EVs? No. Spoken like a true salesman. There we go.
I don't think so. I think you'll see some possibly maybe some additional tax advantages because there are some now depending on what you're buying and so on. So there are some tax advantages, but I don't think the price of anything is necessarily.
However, they may come out with new models that might be less expensive, right? As technology increases and all that.
Yeah, it's like any, through the business, you'd see technology and safety features that might come out on a Cadillac or a more expensive vehicle in a certain line. Then a couple years down the road, it's standard equipment on everything. Right now we've got collision alert warnings that used to be an option to get. Well, now it's on pretty much everything. Backup.
Even the basic models.
Yeah, even the basic models. So you'll see that, but I think that's going to be over the next few years. And it's the old adage: if you want to have the first one on the block, you're gonna pay for it. And so then as that kind of comes down, then it'll normalize.
All right, we're going to take our last break, come back with our final segment with Mike Blossom from Cook Chevrolet, top of the hill in Vassar.
This segment of our Community Cares is brought to you by the Saginaw Community Foundation. For the month of July, Saginaw Community Foundation proudly spotlights Underground Railroad. For over 45 years, Underground Railroad has been leading the charge to end domestic violence in Saginaw County. Everyone knows Underground Railroad is a shelter for victims of abuse, but they offer so much more. Underground Railroad provides valuable services to people in the community who may not need shelter. Things like counseling, court support, a 24-hour helpline for emergencies, or just for those seeking information. Underground Railroad provides education to schools, businesses, and groups throughout the region. They also operate Underground Railroad Resale Store in Saginaw Township. When you shop or donate here, every dollar stays local to help victims of abuse in this community. Donations of items, money, and time are always accepted and appreciated. To learn more about donating or volunteering, visit their website at undergroundrailroadinc.org.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Here's something you've never heard before.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Introducing 24/7 lifeguard protection, only from Simply Safe Home Security. Now, monitoring agents can see and speak to intruders through our new indoor camera to help stop crime in real time and for fast police response. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. Advanced home security, 24/7 professional monitoring for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
The WSGW Morning Team.
We were just talking about the 6-second rule, 6-second kiss rule.
Yeah.
Talking about how some researchers have done that, suggesting that if you kiss your wife for 6 seconds consecutively, those 6 seconds can help add to spark in your relationship. I got an email within the minutes after that from Larry in Saginaw. Larry says, Charlie, while the 6-second kiss rule might work for some, this is a 6-second rule for my wife and me. We listen to a song from Kiss for 6 seconds, and then we rule.
I've got to know what song it is.
Well, I got a suggestion for you because this is 6 seconds right here. There's your 6 seconds from Kiss.
There you go.
I think we rule.
Your Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
Back with you on the Art Lewis Show, talking to Mike Blossom, sales at Cook Chevrolet, top of the hill in Vassar, talking about the auto industry. How is it, just in generic terms, how is financing today? Is the money out there? I know the interest rates are higher, but can you get financed?
We are seeing a few more credit challenges from things as the cost of living goes up. But yeah, there's still lots of options. As an example, we're set up with most every bank and credit union in our area. So if you have a hometown bank or credit union you deal with, a lot of people like to stick with that. GM has a lot of pretty good rates. I mean, they've got some 1.9% interest rates, which is almost like 0% of years ago. It's pretty cheap financing. So there are some options there.
Is it that's an interesting question. Is it cheaper to finance with the manufacturer than it is through your own local?
A lot of times it can be. Sometimes you have to weigh out, do I give up a certain rebate or discount for that? And a lot of times it is. We have a great finance department that tries to find the best option that works for the customer. Sometimes you look at it going, maybe a lease is your better option payment wise to get into a vehicle that you want, because it sometimes is a really good option to go with. Most people like to trade vehicles every few years, or the new model comes out. Ooh, hey, I want one of those. Big shiny and red. So we see that, and that is a lot of times a great option for people to go with, because as the market changes, as things maybe come back down in pricing, you're out of it easier than trying to trade it in after you paid a higher price, and now the value's down there, and you've got to roll negative equity and all this crazy stuff. It is you have lots of options.
Did we ever learn from the subprime experience? I mean, enrolling negative and all of that?
No. We all want something new and shiny, So I think that's where a lot of that comes into. But it is it's fun to see new products come out. I've grown into that too. It's I want that.
Yeah. So let me ask this from a sales standpoint. I mean, it used to be, all right, Mr. Auto Dealer, I want a Silverado pickup. I either want Silverado A, Silverado B, maybe Silverado C in terms of what the equipment was. Now I come in there and it's Silverado A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, because there's got to be a million models.
great point to that, because there's 8 different models, and then within there, it's like, it's like going to the school.
Why?
It's like you go to a la carte line at school and say, we all ate lunch, but he had a honey bun and he had pizza and I had, but yeah.
I seem to remember the day when the auto dealers were talking, the auto companies, I should say, were talking about simplifying that. We're gonna put everything in packages. You get this truck, package A or package B. You don't get this little option and that little option and that little option. Put it all in packages. It's like they've gone the other way now.
They have done that to colors and interior.
Oh.
All that stuff is pretty much, you get this color and
Yeah.
maybe 2 interior colors, but like you say, that's a struggle, because again, a guy like yourself or any customer, even myself, I'm coming in saying I want this specific setup and I want this vehicle. All right, well now we got to make sure we can get that, and then especially like on ordering right now, that's changed a lot from what we've had. Normally, you come in, we build out the vehicle you want, put the order in, next week or month or whatever, they pull the order and it's built. Now, with the shortages and stuff still lingering, they're dictating what we can and can't order. So you may say, hey, I want a red.
Oh, really?
This, and this. Well, maybe the option we get this week is only blue.
That's sort of like the if you look at some of the high-end fancy sports cars, things like that, they're built on what's called slots. So your slot is this vehicle. We'll build what you want, but here's your slot. Or a year from now.
So that's again an adjustment for us in our industry to where,
So typically, if I walked in and said, Mike, I want a Tahoe, okay? And here's all the equipment I want on my Tahoe. I want you to build me a Tahoe. From the time I order it till the time I get it, roughly how long on average?
I'm going to stick specifically with the Tahoe, but you're probably 6 to 8 months.
Months. I was hoping you'd say weeks.
Some other vehicles are slightly shorter, but most of the time, if you're coming in to order a vehicle.
So if you're telling me, that's interesting, because if I order a 2023 Tahoe today, it's not going to get built till the 2024 year, is what you're telling me. Will they come through as a 2024? Oh, okay. So I don't lose on that deal.
Probably be okay there, but again, that's where we're finding that the what I would call the mid-range, like a mid-range equipment type vehicle like that, the Tahoe as an example, we can get the base version and we can sometimes get a loaded up version, but that middle ground that most of us
No kidding.
Yeah, I may not even be able to get you one for a year. So it is history, but Silverado pickup trucks again, something like that they're building pretty regularly.
Yeah.
But you're still 4 to 6.
I'm one of those guys that's bells and whistles. I want every single option they've got. Because but I'm also have reached the point now where I keep the vehicle longer than I used to. So if I keep it 6 years instead of 3 years, that's the way it is,
You'll pay a little bit more, but your overall cost is still a value.
Yeah. All right. So in the time remaining here, tell everybody why they should come visit you at Cook Chevrolet at the top of the hill in Vassar. Because you don't have to go down, right?
It's funny because people come and say, "Where's the hill?"
Yeah, you'll find out in a hurry.
We're a hometown dealership, and I think that that's what people find when they come out. That you're not just a number. You're our customer. I see you in the store. I see you at our kids go to school together. That kind of stuff. That's what we have there. That local community involvement. That's the advantage that we have over other dealerships. I mean, you can go get a Silverado at multiple
Sure.
locations around here. I mean, within a 10-mile radius, there's probably 20 dealerships. But we try to set ourselves apart.
Yeah.
By being involved.
Well, Mike, this has been a pleasure. Appreciate you coming in. A lot of fun. Mike Blossom, one of the sales guys at Cook Chevrolet at the top of the hill in Vassar.
The WSGW Westside Decorating Invitational is back and bigger than ever, powered by Branham's Jewelry. The Sawmill is the place to be on Tuesday, August 15th for this 4-person best ball event, which includes skins and greenies for only $60 per person or $240 per team. Winners will receive overnight stays, including golf at Treetops Resort in Gaylord. Thanks to Buck Insurance, you have a chance to win $10,000 for a hole-in-one on the designated hole. Plus, longest drive for both men and women, sponsored by Forward Corporation. Other prizes include overnight stays at Shanty Creek and Treetops Resort and many others, totaling over $5,000. Plus, cash skins and greenies. Sign up for the WSGW Westside Decorating Winvitational, powered by Branham's Jewelry at WSGW.com. Register your team now as spots will fill up fast. The WSGW Westside Decorating Winvitational, powered by Branham's Jewelry, Tuesday, August 15th at the Sawmill. Register now at WSGW.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Freeland Sports Zone. You're going to get half off of a 1-year family membership. It's normally $505, but you are getting this deal for just $252. Freeland Sports Zone is the Great Lakes Bay region's premier sports and fitness facility. With your membership, you get access to the gym, fitness floor, indoor track, turf room, and so much more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Offices in Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Grand Rapids. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com.
All right, that'll do it for the first hour of the Art Lewis Show. Coming up, we're going to talk to Marcia Stamus from the Bridge Food Center. Learn about that this morning, and then time permitting, we'll have some open phones. All of that will happen after the news from CBS and the Local Report. I'm Art Lewis. Talk to you then.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Fiery debate in Israel's Knesset ends with far-right lawmakers passing a bill to limit the power of the country's Supreme Court. And union officials are already talking about the possibility of a general strike. CBS's Linda Gradstein is in Jerusalem.
The law passed 64-0 with opposition parliament members boycotting the final vote in protest. It came after weeks of unprecedented demonstrations against the bill. Outside the parliament, thousands of demonstrators yelled "Busha," shame, as the vote was taken. Critics say the bill weakens Israeli democracy as it takes power from the Supreme Court, which is the only check on the government's power. Supporters say the Supreme Court has too much power, and they will move ahead with more laws to limit that power.
Prime Minister Netanyahu, who orchestrated the new law, rushed back to the Knesset after having a pacemaker installed. There's no break for the heat-weary in the Southwest. These two face a 25th consecutive day of a high of at least 110 in Phoenix.
It's miserable, actually. I don't get out that much. I stay inside.
You definitely want to sit inside during these times unless the place has misters.
It doesn't much matter where you are. Odyssey meteorologist Craig Allen, the record set heat wave will grow as the week wears on.
Just about the entire United States will see temperatures averaging above average for this time of year, anywhere from about 5 to 10, maybe as much as 15 degrees above normal.
Raging wildfires have driven thousands of people from homes and hotels on the Greek island of Rhodes.
Literally 2 hours after we left, they were covered in ash. Just sat on their own balconies, looking over at the pool. They'd be covered in ash. And the moon was red and everything. It was horrible.
Many tourists and locals spent another night in hotel lobbies, schools, and on boats. The Massachusetts Air National Guardsman accused of leaking government secrets has a pre-trial conference today. Pentagon correspondent Cammie McCormick.
Jack Texera is charged with retaining and transmitting classified national defense information. His attorneys are arguing he be freed until his trial, pointing to the pretrial release of former President Donald Trump in his classified documents case.
It's bye-bye birdie at Twitter. Elon Musk freed the website's Little Blue Bird today and replaced it with a black X. Question, according to CBS News tech consultant Ian Scher.
Is he going to keep it as a hugely influential social company, or does he want to do something else?
The bird remains on the Twitter app. The Dow is up 79 points. S&P ahead 7. This is CBS News.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed, the end-to-end hiring solution. Attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for Freeland Sports Zone. You're going to get half off of a one-year family membership. It's normally $505, but you are getting this deal for just $252. Freeland Sports Zone is the Great Lakes Bay region's premier sports and fitness facility. With your membership, you get access to the gym, fitness floor, indoor track, turf room, and so much more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? How would you like the potential to participate in credited interest from market index returns and limit the downside? Join Adam Howard for the Retirement and Income Radio Show this Saturday at noon. You can also call Adam now for your complimentary customized Safe Money and Income Radio Kit and Safe Money and Income Radio Book. 844-350-7233. That's SAFE. That's 844-350-7233 or SAFE.
If you're suffering and there's a safe, natural, easy-to-use solution to help make you feel better, wouldn't you at least want to try it? That's why millions of people use Navage nasal care to help relieve their symptoms of sinus congestion, allergies, snoring, and other nasal-related problems. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping flush out everything that makes you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Dee, a verified Navage user who writes, "From years of having a permanently stuffed up nose to being able to breathe is life-changing. Food tastes better, and I no longer go through boxes of tissue a day," unquote. Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Sunny skies at 70 degrees at 10:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. Fire crews in Cullin were called to the scene of a train derailment last Friday around 1 o'clock. The train, owned by Lake State Railway Company, was pulling a total of 61 cars along the tracks when 6 of them slipped free from the tracks, some of them tipping over at the intersection of Old Cullin and Russell Roads. Investigators say the infrastructure in the area is old and needs to be rebuilt. Most of the cars were empty, though some of them were hauling lumber. There was no hazardous materials, and officials say there was no threat to the surrounding area or to the public. No one was hurt in the incident, which remains under investigation. The Michigan Attorney General's office has charged a Frankenmuth man with fraud for loan payments he received during the pandemic. 66-year-old Anthony Golden is accused of defrauding the Paycheck Protection Program after receiving 2 loans worth nearly $41,000. The Attorney General's office says Golden applied for the loans, claiming his payroll income was affected by the pandemic when it was not. The AG's office says Golden was also improperly forgiven for those loans, but did not report them as income on his taxes. He's charged with false pretenses in excess of $20,000, filing false tax returns, and using a computer to commit a crime. A 71-year-old man from Ithaca was killed in a crash with a semi-truck Thursday afternoon. Around 2:20, deputies with the Gratiot County Sheriff's Department responded to Loose Road near Sanctuary Drive, where the troopers where deputies found a pickup driven by Michael Duran that had crossed the center line and hit the tractor trailer. Officials say Duran was pronounced dead at the scene. A 57-year-old driver of the semi was not injured. Investigators say it's possible Duran suffered a medical emergency before the crash. WSGW News Time, 10:07.
When you choose Garber, you become a partner in making better happen in the community, and it never costs you a penny more because you have the Garber Low Price Guarantee. You're helping make better happen by supporting Pride, Positive Results, downtown Saginaw. Jeannie Conger, Executive Director at Pride. What is it about Pride that makes it so special?
You know, it's interesting. I love the events. I think probably my favorite is Friday Night Live and also Holidays in the Heart of the City. But it's really the events themselves and seeing all the people coming down and enjoying Saginaw, the city of Saginaw, and finding that it's a great place to be. That's always fun for me.
Jeannie, with all that Pride does to make better happen in downtown Saginaw, has Garber been able to help you with that?
Oh, they sure do. The Garber organization has supported us on quite a few events, and they continue to. We really appreciate it. In fact, they're one of the sponsors of Friday Night Live, and they also help us out with the outhouse races, and Garber supports a lot of organizations in Saginaw.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. The J.W. Westcott on the Detroit River is becoming known for its dramatic rescues. The crew saved a fisherman who went into the river this past weekend just days after saving a worker who fell from the Ambassador Bridge. J.W. Westcott has served boats on the river for more than 100 years. They deliver mail and other supplies for freighters and others boating on the Great Lakes. This weekend's rescue happened when a fisherman fell off the dock and needed a life preserver from the fast-acting crew to get to safety. Organizers of the Yale Bologna Festival say critics of the event are full of baloney.
A national nonprofit health group called the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine wants the organizers to change the name of the event to the Yale Phony Bologna Festival. The group wants to see the festival serve healthier alternatives like tofu bologna or other vegan options. They also plan to drive around Yale during the festival with a mobile billboard carrying the message, "Cancer-causing bologna is bologna." In a news release, the Yale Chamber of Commerce says it's proud of the festival, now in its 33rd year, adding the annual event brings joy and happiness to all the attendees and allows the chamber to give back to the community. And the release goes on to say, "We're full of bologna and proud of it." The Yale Bologna Festival runs July 28th through the 30th. I'm Greg Bowman for the Michigan News Network.
2 people were injured and a 43-year-old Illinois man arrested for boating while intoxicated on Silver Lake in Jackson County's Columbia Township. Deputies say the man was operating a jet ski Saturday night and pulling a raft, and he made a turn which caused the raft and 2 people on it to hit a wooden dock. A 21-year-old was taken to a hospital, and a 15-year-old was treated and released at the scene. WSGW News Time, 10:10. Here's WNEM First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mondro.
Your Monday sees a high of 84 degrees. We'll see some spotty afternoon showers, a couple of isolated thunderstorms too. We do expect these to come to an end, though, by sundown. Into tonight, a low of 61 degrees, partly to mostly clear. Then on Tuesday, a high of 87, partly to mostly sunny. There's already a very small chance that we could see a spotty shower, but that chance for Tuesday, it's even lower than it is for our Monday. As we go into your Wednesday, another chance of some afternoon showers and thunderstorms, just a spotty chance, but temperatures going up even more. 90 on Wednesday, with the humidity also starting to go up too. Second half of this week expected to be very humid, so stay cool and stay hydrated. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Matthew Mondro.
Currently 71 degrees at MBS International Airport, 73 at WSGW. And the news is next. No, the news is not next. The Art Lewis Show is next.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, the Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center.
Yes, indeed. Westside Decorating Center, 5789 State Street in Saginaw. They've got a newly expanded showroom, expanded product lines, everything you need for home decorating at Westside Decorating Center. We're going to learn about an organization this morning that deals in hunger and food distribution and the like. It is called the Bridge for the Bridge Food Center, if I've got that right. With us this morning from the Bridge Food Center, we say good morning to Marcia Stamus. Marcia, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I guess most people, particularly those in Midland, would recognize the last name of Stamus, and you are related to whom?
I'm married to Jim Stamus.
You're married to Jim. Let's start with an overview of the Bridge Food Center. What's it all about and how long has it been around?
Well, the Bridge started in December of 2016 with just 50 products and has grown over the last 6.5 years to over 1,300 products. So that's great. The mission of the Bridge Food Center is to provide opportunities for people to put high quality, affordable food on their tables by serving them with love, respect, and the help of God. So we're a volunteer-run grocery store. We are serving primarily the ALICE population.
Explain
which
that.
Is an acronym. Yep, ALICE is an acronym. It's for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. So this is a group of people that makes less than $64,100 a year. They make too much to get assistance from the state, but are usually making choices when things, especially when things go wrong, like the car or whatever. So we're really just targeting that population that is usually overlooked. And so we mark our food up just 5 cents, bridging the gap for them in several different ways.
So if I understand right, then, as a, if you will, a grocery store serving the ALICE population, it's not free food per se, right?
No, it is not. It is actually a grocery store. So it is marked up 5 cents over cost. That allows us to accept debit and credit cards along with cash. That 5 cents pays the fees that it requires, to use a card.
So where do you get your products from?
Yeah, we have about 8 different suppliers. We have 3 down in the Detroit area. They're wholesalers, and we place an order, all 3 at one time. We have a truck and we go pick that up. We've got a supplier that delivers our meat. In fact, it's the same supplier as Jack's Fruit Market, so very high quality. We have fresh produce, and then some miscellaneous ones that fill in the gaps in between. So, so we're getting wholesale prices for most of our food.
Some people would say, well, Marcia, aren't you competing with grocery stores?
I guess you could say that we do, somewhat. But a lot of the items that we have that we can mark up just a nickel over wholesale might be out of reach at some of the other stores. So we're offering actually opportunities for families to get some high quality, affordable food, or high quality food at very affordable prices. And it's in an area of town that saves on transportation. So some of them are able to walk to the store, bike to the store, don't have to travel too far.
And where are you located?
We are currently at 1539 Washington Street in the Midland Town Plaza. And that's a lead in. I'll tell you that we've purchased a building on Saginaw Road, 1826 South Saginaw Road. It is next to the empty Kmart building. The old Save-A-Lot building, actually, is where we're going to be moving, hopefully by the end of the year.
So I have to believe that you have some method of qualifying people.
That goes to one of our values. Our primary value is dignity. And we don't believe that anyone should have to prove their income in order to shop for food. So we are on the honor system. We do have a check-in process where we ask simply their first and last name, what city they live in, and how many are in their household, under 18, over 65, and adults. And the reason we ask that is because that's how the United Way and the state of Michigan track the population of Michigan. So that is all we ask.
Are you a United Way agency?
We are not. Nope.
So how are you funded?
We are a 501c3, and it is a community-run organization. So our donations come from For our new building, we've been working with foundations, local foundations that have been very supportive, local businesses. We do an annual golf outing. This year's golf outing is Thursday, September 22nd. I'm sorry, Thursday, September 21st, down at Curry Golf Course. And then just miscellaneous donations that come in.
Oh, we'll talk.
Our food.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So our food, I think this is an important piece. Our food is self-sustaining. So we fundraised up front. We purchased food with that. Like I said, we mark it up a nickel, which pays the fees. But once we sell it, we just buy more food. So the food just, we don't have to raise money for that necessarily because it just continues to pay for itself.
So you're just turning the dollars that come in.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we're all volunteers, so there's no payroll to make. The expenses that we do have are obviously utilities, currently rent, supplies, fuel to go get product, and so on.
All right, hang on. We'll talk more about events coming up, particularly one starts, I think, tomorrow. We are talking to Marcia Stamus from the Bridge Food Center, and we will have more with her in just a couple of moments. You know, a 401k can be an important asset for many American retirements. You've made contributions to your 401k every single paycheck for years, even decades. Its tax advantages and portability may enable workers to build sizable and important nest eggs. But its flexibility can also be costly if you aren't aware of potential mistakes. Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a guide that will teach you how to avoid an IRS early distribution penalty and full taxation on rollovers. The little-known weapon you can use, your most mistake-proof option, and more. Request your guide today by calling 989-835-7203 or visit GreatLakesInvestmentAdvisors.com. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services of any state other than Michigan or where otherwise permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through Great Lakes Investment Advisors, a registered investment advisor in the state of Michigan.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
American Airlines shares are losing ground. The union representing American pilots has indefinitely postponed the ratification vote for a tentative labor contract agreement. The postponement comes after the company raised the value of its contract offer to pilots by more than $1 billion. American says the sweetened offer will match the pay rates and retroactive pay in United Airlines' tentative agreement. Cinemark shares are higher after the strong openings for both the Barbie and Oppenheimer movies. Domino's Pizza's U.S. sales only nudged higher in the recent quarter, though its earnings were better than forecast. Domino's is expecting to see business pick up as it takes orders on Uber Eats later this year. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
WORK Work News Radio.
Next up, how many days until Friday? Well, one coworker has it figured out. But first, the latest on a meatball shortage that could have been avoided by using Easy Cater.
I'm at the buffet where the meatballs are dwindling, while Caprese salad supplies remain strong. Sources say the garlic bread is long gone.
Newsflash, it's hard to order the right amount of food, but at Easy Cater, we make hard easy. With catering experts ready to help 24/7. Order from over 100,000 restaurants at easycater.com.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
WSGW, along with Michigan Sugar, Star of the West Milling, and American Crystal Sugar Beets, once again presenting the Michigan Fruit Pie Competition at the Saginaw County Fair, Tuesday, August 1st. You can be part of the fun, plus win one of 3 cash prizes. Submit your favorite homemade baked fruit pie recipe using Pioneer Sugar. All recipes must be in by midnight, July 27th, so you better hurry. It's the Michigan Fruit Pie Competition at the Saginaw County Fair, Tuesday, August 1st. Head to WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, and look for the Michigan Fruit Pie Competition box.
Jump ball to third. McKinstry will fire down to second one. Ibanez relay to first. Bounces. Picked by Spencer Torkelson beautifully. What a double play.
The Tigers play 12:45 today on 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you talking to Marcia Stamus from the Bridge Food Center in Midland. And I want to ask, before we get into an event coming up, the hours that people can come and visit you.
Yes, thank you for that. So the Bridge, it is all run by volunteers. So currently we are open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from noon until 6, Thursdays noon until 7, and Saturdays from 10 until 2. And it is for everyone. It's not just Midland County.
Oh, is that right? So it doesn't matter where you live.
Correct.
All right. Nope. Good. All right. So I'd asked about fundraising and events, and if I'm correct, you've got one coming up this week, don't you?
We do. It starts tomorrow morning. We've got a kickoff at 11 o'clock. We have a fire truck lifting up one of our customers. His name is Chris, and he has volunteered to sit on the roof while we raise funds. So, of course, it's the hottest week of the year so far, right?
Yeah, good choice, Chris. I hope it's not an asphalt roof.
Right. So anyway, so we're going to put him up on the roof at 11. We have a lot of activities in the parking lot of the Bridge. We've got a bounce house and an obstacle course and snow cones to cool off, and just ways to learn about the Bridge Food Center. If you've never heard of it or ever seen it, we'll give some quick tours of that. We are open, during the day, so we'll have to be respectful of our customers, but we definitely want to do that. So Tuesday night, we'll have some balloon animals, kid activities. We'll have fire truck and police car and ambulance. Wednesday, we're actually going to have some cars, special cars for a car show from 5 until 7. And we are trying to raise $60,000.
And again, you're located where all this is happening?
1539 Washington Street in Midland, in the Midland Town Plaza.
And no pre-registration, just come on out and have fun.
Just come on out, have fun, or come out, the more the merrier.
The golf outing, though, you should pre-register for that, right?
Yes, you do need to pre-register for that. If you go to our website at www.thebridgemidland.com, all the information for that is there out there. There are opportunities for sponsorship as well as golfers, and it's a lot of fun. This year we have a hole-in-one contest on every par 3. So good challenge out there for golfers.
And as far as supplies go, is it a tight market, or do you find that you can readily get the products you need?
We see the same issues, I think, that most grocery stores do. All of a sudden, there'll be a shortage of something, and you can't figure out why. But for the most part, we have not had too many troubles getting things. The good thing about the Bridge is we try to keep the same type of items on the shelves at all times, so someone knows when they come in what to expect. We're always adding items, so you can make your grocery list and know what you can find at the Bridge consistency-wise.
So if I go into a grocery store, there's going to be a lot of people stocking shelves. Who does all that work for you?
Our volunteers, our amazing volunteers. So every shift, we have a couple shifts per day. We have cashiers, we have greeters at the door that check in people, and we have stocking people and cleaning people. So our volunteers are just amazing, and it's the reason that we can do what we do. And our volunteers are all from throughout the community. Right now we've got groups coming in from different businesses that come in and work a 3-hour shift as a team, work team. So we have a lot of opportunities for groups of 4 to 5 people on a 3-hour shift. We have churches, we have people doing community service, we have high school kids doing National Honor Society type of volunteer hours. It's really a great community effort to serve this population.
And if somebody wants to volunteer, what do they need to know about it, and how do they go about doing it?
Yeah, so we can teach what you need to know in a very 5-10 minute thing. We always have a supervisor there, so you're not on your own. If you go to the website again, www.thebridgemidland.com, there's a volunteer button, and it shows all of the opportunities for volunteering. Some opportunities are even outside of the store. So if you don't have the flexibility during the day, you might be able to, help run groceries back and forth from our storage facility. Or if you'd interested in purchasing, things like that, we have other opportunities. But everything is spelled out there on the website.
So I have a new item for you if you don't already carry it. I think you should go to Pizza Sam's and have them turn out frozen pizzas that you can put on the shelves.
I'll talk to them. I think I know somebody there.
I think you do. Well, Marcia, I wish you well with your event this week. And by the way, we should point out that event runs not just tomorrow, right?
That is correct. It's Tuesday and Wednesday, and Thursday at 1, we will bring Chris down to rescue him from being up there on the roof at 1 o'clock. So you can stop by any time on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday till 1.
And give them the address again.
1539 Washington Street in Midland. We hope to see you there.
Marcia, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Art. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye now. Marcia Stamus, the Bridge Food Center in Midland. We will take time out. When we come back, we'll have open phones for the remainder of the hour, right up through 11. So if you have something you'd like to chat about with us, 989-752-6111.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language in as little as 3 weeks? Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
Babbel's interactive lessons are created by real language teachers and voiced by real native speakers using a modern conversation-based method. So in no time, you can start speaking confidently about real-life topics in another language.
Nosotras vamos a México en 2 días y ahora hablamos español. Gracias, Babbel. Sí, muchas gracias.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Did you know China starts teaching financial literacy in preschool? American kids are getting left behind, but we can help at home thanks to the Sensibles, a team of animated superheroes who help kids develop smart money habits in a fun way. Each month, they get a kit in the mail with a DVD, a comic book, access to an interactive website, fun activities, and lots more. Visit bcs-kids.com today and enter promo code CENT for 20% off. Digital subscriptions also available. The Sensibles. It's the sensible thing to do.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
The WSGW Morning Team.
The WSGW online poll for you, high occupancy lanes for Michigan. Recently, the State House passed legislation that would allow the Michigan Department of Transportation to designate high occupancy lanes. Still has to go to the Senate. This would apply only to new construction, such as the I-75 rebuild in Oakland County. In order to qualify for federal funding, high occupancy lanes must be part of the project, or the project could lose $40 million in federal funds. Current laws bar these types of lanes. So the poll question, should new road construction in Michigan be able to have high occupancy lanes? Would you say yes, because it's an overall good idea? Yes, because we don't want to lose federal funding? Would you say no, because you don't want to do it just for the money? Or no, because it's just an overall bad idea? Or you're not sure? Make your vote. You head to WSGW.com, you scroll down the homepage, and find the poll box.
Your Morning Team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. Thank you for being with 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. As I mentioned, open phones for the remainder of the hour. I promise, never complain about the weather again because we don't live in Phoenix. I have a story here from AccuWeather written by Adriana Navarro. She's an AccuWeather staff writer. And it has to do with the heat wave going on in the south. The ongoing heat wave in Phoenix, according to Adriana, has been the most intense one the city has ever experienced since records began in 1895. That's according to the AccuWeather Heat Wave Counter and Severity Index. The index takes into account the number of days a heat wave lasts, along with how high temperatures climb during the hot spell. The Valley of the Sun has sweltered under temperatures of 110 degrees Fahrenheit or higher for 24 consecutive days and counting. The old record streak of 18 days or above at high temperatures of 110 degrees was set back in 1974. It was broken on Tuesday, July 18th, when temperatures met the benchmark around noon. But it wasn't the last record to fall. Several daily high temperature records have been obliterated. On Wednesday, July 19th, the mercury only dropped as low as 97 degrees. That's the lowest it dropped in 24 hours, breaking the all-time record low warm of 96, set on July 15th. Now, again, those are the low temperatures for the day. You know, around here, if we go to bed at night and it's 50s or 60s, that's one set of circumstances. Can you imagine if the temperature never got down below 97 degrees? By July 22nd, the Valley of the Sun, as it's known, had seen 13 consecutive days with daily lows at 90 or higher. Just unbelievable. And the hottest day on stretch, the mercury reached 118 degrees in the past. But it appears that might get broken, because in this recent heat wave, it actually has been broken. Last week, the hottest days, 119 degrees. Absolutely unbelievable. And the lowest daily high temperatures during the streak were July 11th and 12th at 111 degrees. Couple that with the fact, folks, that asphalt pavement, for example, retains heat and radiates that heat up. They are trying coatings on roads down there that don't reflect the heat as much. Air conditioning systems are being taxed. First responders are being taxed. They have a system. In order to cool you off, they refrigerate their IV fluids so that if they have to give you an IV because of heat stroke, heat exhaustion, they can actually pump you full of cold solutions to moderate your body temperature. I can't imagine it. Can't even begin to imagine what it's like. Wow. All right, Mary is in Saginaw with us. Mary, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you doing?
Doing well, thanks.
Art, can I say something? This might sound like a complaint, but what I want to say is that whenever a person has to hire Holt Industries, located on Broadwalk, I think they really gouge their customers that need a ride because they charge you $35 to pull up into your driveway. Then they charge you $2 each mile. And for me to travel 11 miles round trip is $102.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop you. You've said what you had to say, but they're not here to defend themselves.
Okay,
So-
but then, I'm sorry. I was just made an appointment, and when you're driving with them, they drive like they have to be in
Well,
a second.
all right. Again, they're not here to defend themselves, so we'll take what you said as rote. But
Okay, I'm sorry. I did not
that's all
understand
right.
if I should call them, and I thought maybe
Well, I would
some of
call them,
might
and I would
listen.
call them and say, is there some other alternative? Is there a negotiated price? Is there a price for seniors? Find out why they do it. Ask them.
Well, they're not going to.
Well,
really
okay.
care because they.
Well,
they
all
are
right.
a
Now, again,
business.
we're not going to. They're not here
Okay.
to defend themselves.
I'm sorry. Forgive me for calling.
No, it's all right. It's I'm not. I'm. It's. I'm.
But had
It's
I not
okay
made
that
the
you.
appointment
It's
5
okay
minutes
that you
ago,
called.
I would have been over it. I wouldn't have even
Yeah,
picked up the
but-
phone.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Good enough. Thanks. Bye-bye now. Yeah, it's. I understand people have complaints about businesses, but again, they're not here to defend themselves. So, express your complaint, and then we're done. Let's see, 9:42, so we'll take a break, come back, and more ahead here on the Art Lewis Show.
This segment of our Community Cares is brought to you by the Saginaw Community Foundation. For the month of July, Saginaw Community Foundation proudly spotlights Underground Railroad. For over 45 years, Underground Railroad has been leading the charge to end domestic violence in Saginaw County. Everyone knows Underground Railroad is a shelter for victims of abuse, but they offer so much more. Underground Railroad provides valuable services to people in the community who may not need shelter. Things like counseling, court support, a 24-hour helpline for emergencies, or just for those seeking information. Underground Railroad provides education to schools, businesses, and groups throughout the region. They also operate Underground Railroad Resale Store in Saginaw Township. When you shop or donate here, every dollar stays local to help victims of abuse in this community. Donations of items, money, and time are always accepted and appreciated. To learn more about donating or volunteering, visit their website at undergroundrailroadinc.org.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Ron had a tax problem he just couldn't handle on his own.
I owed the IRS taxes for over 5 years, but I didn't have any money to pay the taxes.
Those years cost him dearly.
Most of it was fees and interest. It was horrible.
Ron finally called in the pros.
I called Optima Tax Relief, and boy, am I happy I did.
The leading tax resolution firm, Optima, is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've resolved over $1 billion for their clients. Ron was overjoyed.
They settled my account with IRS. I was ecstatic. They are a lifesaver. They are. I am so happy.
Take Ron's advice and call Optima now for a free consultation.
Yeah, don't do like I did and wait. Call Optima Tax Relief. Do it now. You'll be ecstatic like me.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce, such as child custody and property division, among many others. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell. We're a partner men can count on.
Offices in Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Grand Rapids. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com.
The WSGW Morning Team.
We were just talking about the 6-second rule, 6-second kiss rule.
Yeah.
You're talking about how some researchers have done that, suggesting that if you kiss your wife for 6 seconds consecutively, those 6 seconds can help add to spark in your relationship. I got an email within the minutes after that from Larry in Saginaw. Larry says, Charlie, while the 6-second kiss rule might work for some, this is the 6-second rule for my wife and me. We listen to a song from Kiss for 6 seconds, and then we rule.
I've got to know what song it is.
Well, I got a suggestion for you because this is 6 seconds right here. There's your 6 seconds from Kiss.
There you go.
I think we rule.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW and back to our phones. Marta is in Saginaw. Marta, good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Lewis. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, are you glad to be back? You've been having a good time, haven't you, golfing? And
Well, I
everything?
wasn't golfing. I was starting the golfers at the golf tournament, but it was a lot of fun, yes.
Oh, good. I just have one question. I read in the paper that Dan Kildee has secured the money to rebuild the bridge by the Boys Club, I think. So, and it's going to be demolished. And then the money's already set aside for it to be rebuilt. After it's rebuilt, will there still be tolls on that bridge? Do you know?
Now, you're talking about the bridge in Bay City. That's the Lafayette Street Bridge.
Yes, I think
The
that's
most
the
southern,
bridge
the
right
most
by the
southern
Boys
bridge,
Club.
right?
Yeah, it's by
Yeah.
the Boys Club and
That
the
will not-
beautiful Bigelow Park.
That will not be a toll bridge. That's a state highway. The two northern bridges
Okay.
are toll bridges. The Vets Bridge and that bridge are not toll bridges and will not be toll bridges.
The southernmost bridge that goes straight into Salzburg and Euclid
Correct.
Avenue.
That is a state bridge owned by the state, maintained by the state, not the city.
Okay, so that's not a toll bridge?
Not a toll bridge. No, ma'am.
Oh, good. I really love going over that bridge.
Yeah, and they've been talking about rebuilding that for a long time, and they now secured the funds to do it.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a nice part of town. It's got the Bigelow Park.
It's got everything there,
Islands
sure.
in the middle of the Saginaw
And
River.
it's also
got lots of birds.
And it's a heavily used bridge.
Oh, yeah, it goes straight to Euclid Avenue.
Yep.
Says 7-Eleven and Jack's.
Yeah, it's all there.
That's a good area.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that information. I'll be looking forward to going over that bridge then.
Very good, Marta. Thanks. Bye-bye
You're
now.
welcome. Thank you.
Yep. And Mark, who this time says Ann Arbor. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, Saturday, I was able to obtain some tickets from Bill Hobson to go to that golf outing.
Yeah.
And I was able to get into the veterans place there. I just wanted to say, I've never been there, but man, I will definitely go back. That was a good time. You know, just the vantage point from T11 there. You do get your exercise if you go to the left and go to the 18 hole. Man, some of those dips and stuff they have can really work those legs.
Yep. You got to go down the hill.
Yeah.
Now, you're a veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, no problem.
Just for future reference, if you're a veteran, you won't need a ticket. It's free admission.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't need
No.
tickets then, huh?
Nope. It's
Oh,
free admission,
okay.
and the veterans tent is always there, and it has food. I mean, it's a great place for veterans. It's phenomenal. They
Yeah,
told me, I
that's
forgot
good.
the number now, how many hot dogs they gave away. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, they had some upscale dishes there,
Yeah,
too.
they did. Yep. You have your choice.
Yeah, it was a really good function, and I just wanted to call and say I appreciate the hospitality that everyone put on.
glad
and,
you enjoyed it.
definitely would go back.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. They do an exemplary job of taking care of the veterans, and it's always been a big push. And the Childress racing car sits right there by the veterans tent, so a lot of people come by that area.
Well, who's ever in charge had some good things going, you know, as far as the sunscreen. They had sunglasses if you didn't even have sunglasses, chapstick. So
Well,
it
you
was
can thank.
well thought out.
There's a number of answers to that question as to who's in charge. The Dow itself has a core team of people that put on the tournament.
Yeah.
Dow hires Outlier, which is an event management company. They do all the nitty gritty and the operations of the tournament. And there's a community steering committee of which I'm proud to say I'm a member. And there's a lot of effort and thought that goes into putting on that tournament because they really want to serve the community and the region. And even the price, I mean, you know, you can get in as a veteran, but if you had to buy a ticket, it's $10. Best deal you can, you know, it's very reasonable. And it's a great event.
One thing when I was on the bus going back and going to, people are driving 2-3 hours from there. There was people from Iowa. The, veterans tent. I couldn't believe the amount of people from all over the United States and all over the world that were there. It was unbelievable.
There's a lot of reasons for that. First of all, a lot of the young women who are golfing are from all over the world. I mean, I was the starter and I was reading cards from Finland, Malaysia, from China, from Taipei, from Korea, from India, Norway. I mean, from all over. And these are some of the best athletes in the world. And as I stand there on the first tee watching these young women tee off and pop that ball 250 to 280, I'm going, why can't I do that?
Well, I saw him hit from the 18 over the water there.
In the 18th green.
Hole.
Yep.
You got to have a good skill and a good shot to get over that water there.
Yeah, you do.
Get it on the green.
Well, they do.
Yeah. All righty, sir.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Mark. Bye-bye now.
Yep. Bye.
And here's Russ in Bay City. Russ, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Art. God, I wish I could have gotten out there. That would have been fun to watch. I don't think I could have stood that long anyway, but.
Well, there's plenty of seats. I mean, there's plenty there are stands where you can sit and watch.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was all like, you know, just like following the golfers and
well, you can do that, but they also have, like on the 18th that he just talked about, aside from the Veterans Tent and the Diamond Club tents, there is just a fan viewing big area where it's a big tent with lots of seats in it, and you can sit and watch.
Keep that in mind next year.
Yeah, it's worth it.
But the reason I called was the lady talking about the bridges.
Yep.
And the I believe the one she's talking about is the Lafayette Bridge.
That's what I said.
Bridge is the one-ways bridge.
So what?
Where the one-ways are? Thomas and whatever that other one is.
Well, that's the Vets Bridge.
That's the Vets Bridge.
Yeah. She's talking about the Lafayette Bridge.
Right. And they're both state highways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's funny. A friend of mine and I, we like to just grab a soda and we can go down to one of the parks where you can sit right in between the Liberty Bridge and the Vets Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just incredible the amount of traffic you will see going over the Vets Bridge compared to the Liberty Bridge.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you know, and it's like, who do I call to recommend it? You know, I was thinking maybe that, you know, why couldn't they turn that into pickleball courts?
I don't know. What?
I mean, there's a lot of space there. They could probably have 12, 15 courts on that bridge.
Right. Okay.
More popular than the bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
So just an idea.
Well, they could do that, but then they charge you a toll to play pickleball.
Yeah. And then people are like, oh, we ain't doing that either. We can just go over here and play.
Listen, I asked the question when it was first announced. And I asked the city manager, I said, aren't you afraid people are just going to go down to the Vets Bridge? And of course, there's a certain amount of that. But she said that studies have shown in other communities where this has happened that you will lose about 10% of the traffic on the bridge, but people will still use it. Time will tell, because don't forget right now, anyway, people who live in the city and got a transponder are toll free for another year or two. So.
I mean, they're changing the leadership of that Super Bridge Friends. I saw on the news recently, and it's like, when are they going to just be able to, you know, drop the hubris and admit that they were wrong in this instance?
Maybe they won't be. You don't know yet.
We'll see.
It's going to be time before you know that.
Because I mean, from what I've been talking to the people in this, you know, who live here. Even the ones that live in the city where it'd be free, they don't want nothing to do with that transponder or that bridge.
Yeah, well, that's their choice. But the studies, I can only go back, Russ, to tell you that studies have shown in other communities that no matter what they say, the eventual outcome is about 10% loss of traffic.
Huh?
So we'll see what happens.
We shall see.
All right.
All right. You
Good
have a
enough,
great
buddy.
day.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Art Lewis Show on this Monday, 24th of July. And we will be back after these notes.
Save big money at Menards on everything for your next project, even breakfast items to get your day started. Save big while supplies last on Hormel Thick Cut Bacon, just $6.99 a pack. After rebate, pick up a 100-count pack of single-serve coffee